Here's how I teach RDLs. An RDL is one of my top favorite movements. It's a basic movement that works your entire posterior chain, which is all the muscles behind you. Now, I strongly recommend using straps for this exercise simply because our glutes and hamstrings are much stronger than our hands and forearm muscles. Just because it's a basic movement doesn't make it simple. There's a lot you have to focus on in order to keep this motion safe. You're either going to use a dumbbell or a barbell. Whatever's most comfortable and convenient for you, I'm cool with. Either way, I want you to start out with the weight at a good height. I like mine just above my knees and right below my fingertips. That way it's easy to pick up, and when I'm ready to rack the weight, I can just go straight back into the rack and down into the hooks. This is the best way to rack the weight, by the way. It keeps it safe and you don't have to think too much about it. What I don't want you to do is to use your arms to awkwardly lift the weight back up into the hooks. If you're using dumbbells, set your dumbbells up on a bench or a box to make it more comfortable. So to start out, approach the bar so your thighs are completely up against the bar. It helps to have your feet together because when we pick up the bar and take a step back, you won't teeter back and forth too much. Grab the bar at about shoulder width. If you're using straps or not, I want you to put the bar right here as opposed to putting it right here. Putting the barbell low on your hand, it's going to hurt and it's going to be pretty uncomfortable. When the weight's heavy enough, the bar slides down to this position anyways. So might as well start out with the bar here and practice getting good and strong with this grip. Before you pick up the bar, you're going to set up your core and shoulders so that they're nice and ready to pick up this heavy weight. Your setup is everything, so take some time and actually do this properly. So I want you to slightly tuck your tailbone. This is going to help you get rid of an arch in your back, and it's going to make it easier to squeeze your core. So try to find the spot that's most comfortable for your core. You want your core to take the tension out of your lower back. And even though your lower back might feel this exercise a little bit, we definitely don't want it straining too hard. So take a good breath in, expanding your stomach, and then squeeze your core nice and tight. As you're doing this, you should be pushing your shoulders down and back, and then you're going to do this thing called bending the bar. Bending the bar is just another way to get your shoulders and lats nice and engaged. So push your shoulders down and back, and then think about externally rotating your upper arm bone. Now, it's easy to overdo this motion, but if you're actually trying to bend the bar, you shouldn't overdo it. It's a slight external rotation. I know it sounds like a lot, but it shouldn't take you very long. Now, with everything nice and engaged, drive your hips forward and pick the bar straight up. Take one step back and get your feet in a comfortable position. Set your feet about shoulder width apart. Everybody's a little different, but keep it nice and comfortable. I want your toes slightly pointed out, nothing too excessive. You want this natural and comfortable. I want you to think about these 3 points and keeping that contact nice and sturdy. And then I think about screwing in my feet. Screwing in your feet is very similar to bending the bar. We bend the bar to engage our lats. You're going to screw in your feet to engage your glutes. Keeping that even pressure across your foot, think about externally rotating your femur bone or your upper leg. Don't overdo this motion. I don't want you to put all the weight on the side of your foot, but do it just enough to feel the tension in your glutes. Now, keeping everything from your shoulders down to your feet nice and engaged, pull your hips back and allow your chest to drop forward. Keep your core tight and don't arch your back. We hinge like this, not like this. Keep your spine neutral. As you're lowering the weight, your entire posterior chain is going to be working. But I want you to think about your glutes and hamstrings elongating. Keep this downward motion nice and controlled. Your core should be nice and locked in. You should still bend the bar, and your feet should be nice and screwed in. Come down to a point where your hamstrings start to feel a pretty good stretch. At the bottom, the bar should remain over the center line of your foot, and you might have about 10% more weight back onto your heels. Keep that foot pressure nice and stable. Don't lift your toes. A common mistake people make is they allow their lower back to move at the bottom. I want to be very clear. Do not allow this to happen. It can definitely lead to an injury. I think what happens is people aim for full range of motion, and so they want to take the bar as low as it can go. But I'm not looking at the path of the bar. I'm looking at your hips. I want your hips to go through a full range of motion, not the bar. So don't go as deep as you possibly can, but go as deep as your hips will allow. I'm not saying we can't train lower back movement. I'm saying we're going to ease ourselves into that. There's going to be other exercises where we're going to work on this, but this is not one of them. Be really strict and keep that spine as neutral as you possibly can. It's also common for people to look up. Your head is a part of your spine, and I want that to remain nice and neutral too. Keep your head and torso moving in unison. Now to start the upward motion, I want you to think about your glutes and powerfully drive your hips forward. At the top, I like to squeeze my butt cheeks together and tuck my tailbone. So you can even start to think about tucking your tailbone at the bottom of the motion. Make it as powerful as you can. Drive those hips forward. At the top, I want a big glute squeeze. Don't push your hips too far and do not arch your back. You want to lock out just enough where you're squeezing your butt cheeks and you're tucking your tailbone. Keep that spine neutral and don't arch your back. Take another stomach breath at the top, squeeze your core, and do it all over again. Keep the motion nice and controlled and nice and powerful. You'll inhale for the way down and a big exhale on the way up. I'm okay if you hold your breath just a little. Don't do it too long and you better not pass out. All right, I know that was a lot, but the more comfortable you get with this, the faster it's gonna be. Keep it nice and controlled and have fun with it. Now go get some muscles.